right. Three penalties in the first period, one to start the second. Yeah, that shortens the bench. Not everyone can get involved as easily.
Third period, you guys seemed to kind of kick it in as far as offensively, but just couldn't put it.
It was all right. We dug ourselves a hole in the really the first 40 minutes, and we had to try to find a way to get out of it. We had some looks, but no sustained pressure.
The more that these go on, do they build on each other, or is it just about the same as before as far as not being able to score type of thing?
No, we didn't lose because we didn't score tonight. Didn't score enough. We tried to get too cute in the neutral zone for a lot of the game. Turned pucks over, iced a lot of pucks, just weren't very sharp with our passing. Feel like we just kind of gave away 2 points tonight. And that's not the way we need to play.
Jags defenseman Seth Jones talking with us here in the dressing room. Let's go over and listen in on Gustav Nyquist.
Really dug ourselves a hole in the first two periods. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Gus, you just talked about digging a hole, but then they made it tough. It seemed like it was really tough to get through the neutral zone, especially when it got later in the game there. Is that what they were doing, what you guys maybe weren't doing, or a combination?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Not taking anything away from them. But they're just like any other team in this league. It's hard to get through the neutral zone, so when you don't have a play, you got to make sure it goes deep. I thought we made too many mistakes, really, and shot ourselves in the foot the first two periods. I thought we had a good third. We came pushing, but playing one period isn't enough.
It seemed like your line had some really good chances when you were with Boone and Oliver. You guys were creating throughout the course of the night. But we get one. Got to make sure, or like to get more out of those opportunities. But it's been working okay, I think, with those two guys, and just try to work hard out there and create as much as possible. I'm sure it's disappointing because home ice has been a pretty good place for you guys here the last couple of games.
Yeah, and we needed to keep going that way. We can't let this affect our homestand here. We got to make sure we come up on top on Friday. Thanks.
Gus Nyquist talking to us here in the Blue Jackets dressing room. All right, we'll get Oliver Bjorkstrand over here talking. We'll grab him.
For me, it's definitely just starting. First off, just move my feet and battles, and then go from there.
Yeah, Oliver, just those. Well, you and I talked after the second period. Just those mistakes and those penalties early on, just kind of just put you in a bad spot in this game as a team, didn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely not good enough. Too many penalties. I took a stupid one. Just too many, and 5-on-5, but we could probably have been better and try to get the puck deeper a few times and just simplify things a little bit more.
And even in the third period, when you did get some great chances, there were two different times I thought the puck was going in the net. You guys probably did too, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, just couldn't bury it. So, it's one of those games where we kind of not the best game, and we still had a few chances where we maybe could have tied it, but unfortunately, we just didn't get them in net.
So now you get the day with no game tomorrow, then right back at it against Pittsburgh, back-to-back this weekend, and back in the division, and that's why these games are even more important.
Yeah, they are. We got to be ready for next game.
Waiting for Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella, Jody Shelley steps in here now to get his take on tonight's game from a different vantage point this evening.
Yeah, it was definitely a different vantage point. Loved the start. The Blue Jackets controlled the play, which you probably already said, right away. And then too many penalties. They got to stop playing this way where they let the opposition back in the game. And, it looked like Philly was going to get blown out of the building right away. It was the penalties and then an icing, and then they score, and then all of a sudden you look at the end of the second period and it's 3-2 Flyers, and the Blue Jackets are chasing it again. So couldn't get it done, couldn't sustain any pressure. There were some good moments. There were some big saves, but the Blue Jackets should have won this earlier.
Saying that the penalties were just such a drag and kept you guys from really getting any flow in those first two periods. You agree with that as well?
We dumbed ourselves into a loss. Had a good start, and then we dumbed ourselves into it.
Ottawa checked hard, had a kind of a unique system. Is there anything they did that caught you guys off guard, or is this all on you?
No, we beat ourselves. And I'm not disrespecting Philly, but you can't put a team on power play 5 times in a couple of periods. We just lack awareness in the second goal. We don't get the puck in deep, and it ends up in the back of the net for them to tie it. This is on us. It's just a dumb hockey team tonight.
How did you get smart in the third? Was it just you kept away from the silly penalties because you made a push there?
Well, we got some flow. You know how many guys they have to sit when we're killing penalties? You just can't get any flow. So it's tough to play on your toes when you're killing so many penalties off. I shortened the bench right away and changed some lines. And I thought we had some really good opportunities to tie the game. But it's hard to put ourselves in that. It's hard to win a game playing that way. It's hard.
Just curious what you thought of your lines in the third after you scrambled some things.
Yeah, well, I was using a lot of different combinations in the third. So there was really no, for me to answer how the lines were. Our best line, our most consistent line is Jenner's line with Nyquist and Bjorkstrand. The other lines, I was moving people in and out. Generated some offense. Their goalie made some key saves to keep it 3-2.
Typically, you guys are a pretty disciplined team with penalties. You go year to year. You've had a couple of these games this year where the penalties just kind of put you in a corner. How surprised are you that this team is kind of struggling with that a little bit this year?
Not surprised. It's frustrating. I'm frustrated for them because you just don't give yourself a chance. I just don't think we had a good start. I just don't think we gave ourselves a chance to win a hockey game. They get the lead, and they're just dumping pucks out in the third period, and they're stacking their blue line. I still think we generated offense to try to tie the game, but it's hard to win those games when you put yourself in that type of jam.